Alright guys, welcome back. Hopefully you're doing good, feeling good, smelling good, and all that good stuff. So, I'm very excited because today the day has finally come. I finally bought myself Xerjoff Naxos and I'm going to be unboxing it live in front of you guys. So I'm very excited. So, before we get into the unboxing, I want to say this is going to be a very long intro, alright? And so, if you want to skip forward, feel free. But if you want to watch the intro, let's get into it. And so, I'm very excited because just like you, I have been on YouTube watching videos for the past 2 to 3 years, researching what are the best, sexiest, highest quality men's fragrances, and everyone from Demi Rawling to Melissa Nacional, Oda Erica, Cuba, like all these big influencers have been talking highly about Xerjoff Naxos. So I have been too busy trying to get all these other fragrances. I put Naxos in the back, and then I'm just, after all these years, waiting till I finally got this. So I saw it on the internet for a good deal, and I could not pass it up, and so I'm very excited. Now, what I want to do in today's unboxing first impressions is I want to clear up a lot of the questions that go around Naxos. For some people, for example, they say that it's mostly a honey tobacco scent. Other people say it's a honey lavender scent. So I really want to clear up so that you know exactly what it's going to end up coming to smell like. I've also heard other people say that Naxos could be used in the summer. Other people say it's more of a fall and winter scent. So I want to clear that up. Other people say that Naxos is more of a serious, formal business type of scent. Other people say it's more of an upbeat, charismatic scent. Could it be dressed up, dressed down? That's what I want to find out. As well as at the end of the video, I'm going to be comparing Naxos to 3 fragrances. First, Le Male Elixir. Yes, they share a lot of notes in common. The honey, the tobacco, the lavender, the vanilla. And so I'm going to be comparing it to Le Male Elixir. As well as either my favorite or second fragrance, which is Parfums de Marly's Herod. Because of the whole tobacco thing, the vanilla. I don't think these are going to smell at all similar, but either way. And for my own personal reasons, I also want to compare it to Angel Share. Why? Yes, Angel Share is mostly a cognac fragrance, but to me, whenever I smell Angel Share, to me it comes across more of an apple juice mixed in with honey mixed into it. And so, I don't know, that's just the vibe I get. I don't know if you guys get that, so I just want to compare it. I don't think that, like I said, I don't think that Naxos is going to smell anything similar to this. I think it's going to smell very unique. But nevertheless, I want to clear all that stuff up, alright? So, with that long intro out of the way, let's get into opening this bad boy. I'm so excited. Alright, and so, just keep in mind I'm visually impaired, so I need to be extra cautious when opening the box. So this may take a while. That aside. So this is the box it comes in. Alright. Damn. Alright. So, yeah, everybody talks about how it comes with a box inside of a box, so pretty cool. Alright. So this is basically the box it comes in. Oh, how do you open this up? Damn. Oh shit. And there she is, alright. This is cool. Damn. Super high quality. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit. Dun, dun, dun. Damn. This is beautiful. Woo. Jesus. Much better looking in person, I will say, in comparison to the YouTube videos. Like, damn, this is nice. So this is definitely a newer batch because the older batches are more like golden hued, where this is more crystal, okay? So Oh, let's check out the cap. Damn, this is nice. Alright. Shit. So that's how it looks. Alright. So I want to answer this question. A lot of people ask, why is it that when you get a new fragrance, the atomizer is faced backwards? I feel like the reason why they do that is because if it's faced forward, it gives us, the buyers, the impression that it has already been used, like if it's faced forward. But if it's faced backwards, then it gives off the impression like it has not been used, like factory setting, you know what I mean? And so I think that's the reason why they do that. Alright, so after 2-3 years of knowing about Naxos, wondering what it smells like, here we go. What a... I'm gonna let the alcohol die down. Alright, here we go. Ooh. Ooh, that is nice. Immediately, like, if you ever had like a glass of water where you mix lemon into it, that type of smell, I get that. So it's fresh, and I do get like a little bit of creaminess in there. This is very interesting. Let it die down a bit, the alcohol. I'm trying to, like, I do get something familiar with it, but it's still very, very unique. It's like fresh, but at the same time, it's not overly effervescent. Like I feel like there's a bit of this creaminess too that grounds the fragrance, keeping it from being super uplifting. Where it's like it's upbeat and inviting, but at the same time, it's how would I say? It's grounded. I was gonna say something, I forgot. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, this is definitely no. So the first thing I want to say is that, is this only like an upscale special event type of fragrance? No, it is not. You could definitely wear this day in and day out. I could definitely see this being worn on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is for like the type of guy who just wants to smell good day after day after day, and it's definitely gonna be signature scent worthy. Um, you can, I think that just wearing a plain white t-shirt, a plain black t-shirt would be fine. Of course, if you're wearing like a button-up shirt, dress shirt, it is gonna come across nicer. But no, I still think that you can't wear this day to day. Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot of fragrances on the market that have, bergamot, lemon. And so the opening, by the way, I want to say is gonna be lavender, bergamot, lemon. In the mid, it's gonna be honey, cinnamon, cashmere with jasmine, sambac, and then the base is gonna be tobacco leaf, along with vanilla and tonka bean. And so there are a lot of these common notes that you do see in other fragrances, and so I do find a little bit of familiarity without being too like similar to another fragrance. Okay, and so um, I don't know why, but I kind of get a little bit of like Allure Homme Sport or Extreme vibes. Not very similar to that, but just like that fresh citrus with the tonka bean creaminess to it. I do, but like much, much higher quality, I will say. And to be honest, like the Allure Homme Sport All Extreme fragrance, I was very in love with that fragrance when I first got it, but after a while, like I kind of, I don't know, like I fell out of love with that fragrance. But this to me just comes across like a much better, higher quality. Not at all that it's trying to be that. Definitely has its own unique DNA, but it's definitely like it's its own thing. They're not very similar at all. Okay, and so just comparing it to these three here, with Le Male Elixir, nothing to do with the Le Male Elixir, at least not in the opening. Herod, nothing to do with Herod, and nothing to do with Angel Share, at least in the opening, okay? Yeah, I don't know why, but I get that like water, a glass of water with like lemon mixed into it, with like this creamy undertone to it. Could be the tonka bean. All right, so right now, from a scale of 1 to 10, what would I give it? I mean, it's very important to understand like what is the purpose, like why are we wearing this? To me, this is gonna be more of a day-to-day scent, a scent that's gonna be very easy to wear. Not one that's gonna be like super specific, like a spicy, oody type of scent. This is gonna be more like if you just want your day-to-day citrus-based fragrance that is done at a very high quality. To me, that's just kind of vibe I'm getting. So if we're looking at it from that perspective, then I would say it's gonna be 9. I would give it about a 9. Um, as far as it being like super unique, like something to like one of these Parfums and Marley, like a Carlisle, like it's not. It's very different. Like these are very dark, heavy, warm type of scents. But a lot of people do say that in the dry down, it does change a lot. And so I'm very curious to see how this does the whole 180 with the honey coming in, the cinnamon. Yeah, and so just keep in mind this is my first impression, and so very oftentimes in our first impressions we don't observe everything. There's only certain things we focus on. We forget about other things. Over time, we start to understand the fragrance a lot better. And so, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I think that it's a 9 as far as being an everyday, fresh, citrus, slightly sweet, slightly creamy type of scent. And so if you are into something like Allure Sport with Stream, it's different. It's not the same thing, but kind of in that realm. All right, and so I'm going to come back in a little bit with a few minutes. And so stick around to see how this transforms, all right? And so I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm back. It's been about 25 to 30 minutes since I first sprayed on Naxos, so I'm here to give you my final thoughts, updated thoughts, alright? And so, yes, it is true that in the dry down, it is very different from the opening. So it definitely does almost like a 180, okay? And so, I do pick up more on the vanilla along with the cinnamon, the cashmere, the honey, as well as the tobacco, okay? And so, what I want to first off say is that when it, like as far as the whole honey, lavender, tobacco thing, it's mostly going to be a honey lavender scent, and then the tobacco is there for just like 20% of the fragrance. And this I would say it's like 40% lavender, 40% honey, 20% tobacco. And so the tobacco really, for me, it kind of comes and goes to where sometimes it's obvious that it's there. Other times I really only notice it if I intentionally tell myself to pay attention to it. And so it is not going to be like Herod to where it's obviously a tobacco scent. It's not like that, okay? It is going to be definitely more honey lavender, okay? And so it definitely dries down from like this fresh type of scent into more of like this gourmandy, like multiple, like multi-dimensional, like type of gourmandy scent. And so the vanilla along with the cinnamon, the honey, like it all definitely does, along with the cashmere. I don't exactly know what a cashmere smells like, but a lot of people describe cashmere to smell like this very rich, expensive vibe, which Naxos definitely comes across as like rich and expensive. Okay, and so what are my thoughts? Okay, and so I've been on the internet, like I said, I've been on YouTube for years now looking at all these different reviews. What I will say is that Naxos to me smells very, very different to how I imagine it to be in my head. And so, like, it's not that I'm disappointed, I'm just like kind of surprised by it. And so what I want to say is that this to me smells like the type of fragrance that it's going to take time for me to grow into it. It's like for it to grow on me. I feel like it's not gonna be until the 5th time I wear it that it starts to make sense. Like right now, it smells great, but at the same time, like it doesn't smell to me like how everybody paints it out to be, like this amazing timeless classic. I don't pick up on that just yet. It just smells nice. It smells really cool, but nothing that's like mind blowing. It wasn't a love at first sniff experience for me, basically. Okay, and so. Yeah, it's gonna take time. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna make an updated review later on. And yeah, and so I'm not good at describing the fragrance as far as like, oh, it's like this, like that. I'm not good with notes, but what I will say is that this definitely smells Like, yes, it is a fragrance that you could wear for special occasions, but I can definitely see this day to day. This has to me like this carefree, successful vibe to it. Okay, and so when people say that Naxos smells sexy, to me it's not gonna be like La Mala Elixir sexy, where it's like sexy, seductive type of sexy. This to me is sexy, like in a more like you are a successful man who's carefree, who's enjoying life, like the hair is blowing in the wind. You have on a nice like button-up shirt, you have a Rolex watch, you drive a BMW. Like life is just going great for you, basically. Like you are a winner. Life is just going your way. You're making good money. You're driving a nice car. You have a nice watch. Dressing well. You're eating at the nice restaurants. Like, it just has like this relaxed attitude about it, while at the same time being very upscale. And so I can see the appeal behind that. Like it's carefree, but at the same time, like I said, upscale and elegant. So it's cool in the way because you can't, like I said, you can't dress this down, man. You can't dress this up. You can certainly wear this to a wedding, but at the same time, you can wear this just going out casually, hanging out with your buddies. And so it is cool in that way. Now, I also want to answer the question: is this a summer appropriate scent? Yeah, like I do think that for summer nights, like evening nights, when it's not too hot, I do think that this could definitely work. This is not to me a strictly fall and winter scent. That being said, though, fall is coming up, and I do think that this would be making a perfect fragrance for fall. Absolutely, it's gonna work great in the winter, but no, I definitely think that this is still good enough for spring and summer. Okay, so don't be afraid of that. What else would I say? Yeah, like I said, this is just gonna take time. It wasn't a love at first experience. It's gonna take time. I'll say about 5 wears or so before this really makes sense. But yeah, it is nice. It's just very different to how I thought it would be. I will say this isn't exactly my type of scent profile. Like I really enjoy the Parfum de Marly fragrances, those very sexy, seductive date night type of scents. This is, like I said, this is more sexy in the way of successful man type, which I prefer like Casanova seductive type of sexy fragrances. Okay, but that being said, for my collection, this is definitely different. I don't have a whole lot of like successful, like rich dude type of scents. But if that is something that you are going for, then I definitely think that Naxos is going to be great. Something else that I will say is that this is not like this uplifting type of scent. Like it is uplifting, but it's also like toned down and reserved. Like it's kind of like relaxed, chill, laid back. So it's not like super effervescent, zingy, zesty. That's not the vibe that I get. At least it's more chill, relaxed. This is gonna be good for like a chill dude, not really like a turned up type of dude. Okay, not really like a party monster type of guy. And so this is more for like a guy in his late 20s, 30s, a guy who's a little more chill, laid back, focusing on his business. Kind of the vibe that I get. Could a 21-year-old like could I, yeah, sure, why not? But this definitely does scream more like late 20s, going on to 30s type of fragrance. Okay, summer appropriate, spring appropriate. I'm sure it'll do well in the fall and winter. I will also say that I don't find this to be like a massive like scent bubble type of fragrance. At least not now. Like it's very light in the air. But for the most part, I do have to go up to my wrist in order to smell it. And so that's that. And so I think that's about it. Cool fragrance. Wasn't love at first sniff. But what I'll give it out of a 10. Earlier I said a 9, but to be honest, I think I was just trying to be nice with it. But I'll say this is like an 8. I'll say like an 8. I think I just don't understand this fragrance yet. Maybe over time it's gonna grow on me. But as of now, I'm gonna say it's an 8. It's a cool fragrance. It's definitely fills in a hole that I had in my collection. So yeah, and so that's it. I'll make a separate video in the future seeing my updated thoughts. I am going to make a video talking about the top 10 fall fragrances. I am going to include this. I definitely think that this is a fall appropriate fragrance. And so yeah, and so I'll just see you guys in a future video. Thank you very much for watching this long video. Alright guys, so I actually forgot to say something, so I just want to cover these points real quick. The comparisons. I totally forgot about the comparison, okay? And so when it comes to La Mala Elixir, the fragrance that a lot of people wonder about, because the honey, tobacco, lavender, vanilla, no, they smell very, very different, okay? Even in the dry down, they have nothing at all to do with each other. La Mala Elixir is more of this like sexy, seductive, like gourmandy date night type of fragrance. Okay, so if you just want to like straight up turn a girl on, I would say La Mala Elixir. But if you want to just like impress a girl by coming across as fancy and elegant, something that smells rich, luxurious, then yeah, I would say that Naxos would be better for that. As far as Herod versus Naxos, again, Herod, like La Mala Elixir, is more of this Casanova, sexy, seductive date night type of scent. This Herod is definitely more nighttime, whereas like Naxos, you could wear in the daytime, but it does lean more evening night. That is Naxos. Okay, but I'm just saying that Herod to me is more like straight up nighttime fragrance. Now, of these two, which one do I prefer more? Because a lot of people say that Naxos just smells better than Herod. I will say that Naxos does smell a little more like complex, more multi-dimensional. But to me, the vibe within Herod is just a lot sexier. Okay, so I like to wear sexy fragrances that turn the ladies on. That is my type of scent profile. And so for me, Herod hands down is just it's the sexier fragrance to me. Okay, maybe it's not the most like complex, multi-dimensional type of scent. It is a very simple scent. It does sit closer to the skin. It is more intimate. Whereas Herod or Naxos does shoot out a little more. But nevertheless, I just enjoy Herod more. Okay, so Herod is definitely like a darker type of scent, like darker, really masculine, where this one is more like, I wouldn't say it is brighter, but not like, again, it's not like a freshy type of bright. Okay, so but it is brighter than Herod. Okay. Now, as far as Angel Share, these two have nothing to do with each other. I just want to compare them because to me, Angel Share smells more like apple juice with honey mixed into it. Not at all anything to do with each other. The honey within Naxos is definitely not that thick, syrupy, sweet. The sweetness that you find within Angel Share. This honey here is definitely blended in very, very nicely, which I was worried about that because to me, honey is just not my cup of tea. Like, it's not the type of thing that I really enjoy. And so I was wondering if it was going to be like super thick, syrupy. But no, it's very like just smooth, relaxed, like really nice into it, okay? And so, yeah, just nothing at all to do with Angel Share, okay? Something else that I want to say is that, like another way I could describe the smell to Naxos is that it definitely looks, it definitely smells the way the bottle looks, okay? That transparent, light gold type of scent, like that color, it definitely smells like that. It's like a light, transparent, light gold. Like, just the way the bottle looks is how it's gonna smell, basically luxurious and all that, the same color. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to say that Naxos to me wasn't like a great fragrance, like just because I didn't have this love first sniff experience. That doesn't mean that it's a bad scent. I'm not saying that it's a bad scent. I'm just saying that I don't really see this isn't like the type of fragrance where I'm like, it's the first fragrance I reach for within my collection. I will be reaching for this fragrance, but it's not gonna be like one I just like go straight for. But again, we all have different noses, different preferences, different tastes. For you, this could be like the greatest fragrance within your collection. So definitely sample it, try it out. I would not say this is a blind buy safe fragrance. I did blind buy this, but I still respect and appreciate the scent. And because it is unique within my collection, I am not disappointed. Like, I'm still gonna be wearing this fragrance for sure. And so I am not disappointed by my blind buy purchase, okay? But I can't recommend that for you, okay? And so definitely go out and try this in person, see if it's something that is of your interest. I will say that if you are somebody who wants to give off that luxurious, carefree, rich guy type of scent, this is going to be the fragrance for you in that case, okay? And so I believe that's everything that I want to say. Again, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future video. Take care. All the best to you, brother. Deuces.